Today I want to take you through the Dirtbox Canopy Camper here behind me. Here at White River Overland, we just became an installer and a dealer for these, and I want to run through all the options on this and show you why we chose to carry it and why it could be the perfect canopy camper to check all your boxes. Let's take a look. The owner of this unit is going to be using this for extended rock climbing trips. She's going to be driving it out to Yosemite in a couple days to take it on an extended road trip out to California. And this is a perfect base camp for people that are doing something similar. It gives you a place to hang out of the elements. You have a comfortable spot to sleep upstairs with yourself and a partner, even fit a dog. So this thing is super versatile. You can take this deep into the backcountry. It's built like a tank. It can handle a lot of rough off-road conditions, and it allows you to kind of grow into it as well. This is a great foundation where you can start adding things and continue the build well into the future. So the great thing about these units is they're super modular. They come with L-track, they come with T-slots, they come with all these different spots that you can mount all sorts of different accessories. They've got Dirtbox accessories that bolt right into this thing. You also can add any sort of accessories that you want from other companies if you wanted to do that as well. So this is really a modular solution for all of you guys that are looking for a simple setup for your truck camper. I've really been impressed with this unit and am excited to show you all the details on it. All right, let's walk around this thing and talk about what you're actually looking at from the outside. The first thing people notice is that this doesn't look like a traditional topper. It's got a much more intentional, purpose-built aesthetic. On this Tacoma, you can see it's got really flush fitment with the angles of the truck. It doesn't feel super oversized or clunky. It just really ties in well with the vehicle itself. On the camper, you've got 3 doors total, 2 gullwing side doors and a rear door. All 3 have CNC billet latches, keyed locks, and piano hinges that are super burly. Also worth mentioning, you can actually choose windows or no windows when you order. This one here has windows, and I think that's the right call for most people, but the option is there. Now let's talk about these side doors for a second, because they're one of my favorite features on this whole unit. They're full pass-through, meaning you've got unrestricted access straight through the entire truck bed from either side. So if you're loading a paddleboard, a set of skis, climbing gear, anything that's super long and bulky, you're not wrestling it over the tailgate or through the support bars like some of the other competition. You slide it straight in from the side, which is a really nice and practical feature that sounds simple, but completely changes how you load and unload things while at camp or at the trailhead. The struts on these gullwing doors are also worth pointing out. They're super strong, definitely strong enough to hold the gear that you've got mounted directly to the door themselves, whether that's on the L-track on the outside or the T-track on the inside. So if you have recovery boards, first aid kits, or any sort of gear mounted on these doors, you know that when you open them up, they're not going to sag on you, which is really nice and appreciated on a unit like this. And here's something that a lot of people don't know comes standard. There's camp lighting built into the side doors and the rear hatch that's motion activated. So when you walk up to the truck at night and you open a door, the light comes on automatically. So you're not fumbling with a headlamp or hunting for a switch. You just have light there when you need it. That's the kind of thoughtful detail that makes a real difference when you're out there using this thing. The door seals are also automotive grade, and they cover the full perimeter on every door. That matters a lot if you're running dirt roads like we have out here in Colorado, where dust gets into everything. Dirtbox designed these to keep the interior clean and dry. Looking up at the roof, you've got L-tracks running the full length. So you're able to mount solar panels, Starlink, crossbars, kayak skis, you name it. You can toss that up on the roof and it's not going anywhere. One more thing worth noting is this mounts directly to your stock truck bed rails. There's no custom mounting required. There's no drilling into the bed. It just goes straight onto your truck the way it came from the factory. It is heavy, however, so I do recommend a professional install. Now let's step inside and talk about the interior features of this camper, which I think really set this unit apart from the competition. The tent entry is from the inside of the truck bed, so you don't climb a ladder on the outside of the vehicle. You just open the rear door, step into the bed, and then you're in. There's a fold-down ladder to help you up into the sleeping area if you need it. It's fully removable, however, if you don't want it. I know this customer is a climber and prefers to leave it at home, but it's totally up to you. And here's something worth pointing out before we even get into the sleeping area. There's a sliding rear window that comes standard on this camper, which means you've got a pass-through between the cab and the bed, which is a nice touch for dogs or tossing gear between the two. More importantly, having this rear window means you can see through both your cab rear window and the canopy rear window when you're driving, so there's a visibility advantage that a lot of other options on the market just don't offer. Once you're in the tent, the first thing you'll notice is the headliner. It's a quilted blackout material, which means when the sun comes up at 5 a.m., you're not getting blasted awake, so you can really stay nice and cozy up here. Combined with the heat reflecting insulated roof panel, it keeps things cool in the summer and warm on those cold nights in the winter. They also built in strategic venting in the tent fabric specifically for condensation control. The mattress in this camper is memory foam and comes standard. Dirtbox designed the tent so you can store your bedding and pillows up to 4 or 5 inches thick right on top of the mattress. So you can close the tent, latch it, everything stays packed up and ready for the next night. So the bed platform on this is super cool. It's gas strut assisted, so it lifts up easily and locks into place along the ceiling. So you don't have an awkward panel puzzle piece to deal with that you see in a lot of other campers where you need to move something out of the way and get into bed that way. On this camper, you get the full height area in the truck bed to hang out, change at the trailhead, or just not have to hunch over while you're tinkering on your camper. I haven't seen this option on a lot of other campers, and I think this is a really good solution for people that are trying to maximize space, especially in a short bed truck. But here's the detail that a lot of people don't talk about. There's also a hatch entry section that works independently as a fold down standing desk, which is really cool. So you can pop it up and you've got a comfortable working surface at the right height for a laptop, or you can use it for your camp stove for breakfast, or just a simple place to put your coffee and look out the window. It sounds simple, but it's one of those features you'll end up using constantly. I think the bed setup in this Dirtbox camper is one of the main selling points, and is just a really innovative way to make use of a pretty small space and really make it feel as large as possible. There's also one-touch dimmable LED lighting built in, which is controlled from 2 switch panels, one in the lower bed area and one up in the sleeping area. The same panels give you a 12-volt outlet and USB ports, which are standard. So you can charge your phone, your camera, headlamp, whatever you need without running a single wire yourself. So the modularity of this camper is the real game changer. I think it's the biggest differentiator between the Dirtbox and a lot of what else is out there. Most toppers give you just a box with a tent, but the Dirtbox gives you a full system, which is really cool. They actually describe it as truck bed camping Legoified. Everything is plug and play. You're not drilling holes or committing to a permanent layout, which is really cool. One of my favorite things is dialing in systems, and sometimes it takes a while to land on something that you love. So with the Dirtbox camper, you can try a bunch of different setups, and you don't have to commit to any one thing, which I think will appeal to a lot of overlanders out there. On all 4 interior walls, you've got T-tracks. On the roof and the side doors, you've got L-tracks. So that means you can mount virtually anything. And the system is designed to grow with you, so you don't have to figure out your preferred setup on day one. You should definitely check out the Dirtbox website for all of their designated accessories. But like I said earlier, you can take components from other companies and find ways to mount it pretty much anywhere within this camper and really make it your own depending on what your needs are, what season you're in, or what sport you may be trying to cater to. Personally, I really love that about this camper. Okay, so let's talk about how this thing is actually made, because at $10,000, this is a significant purchase, and you want to know that it's going to hold up. The shell is built from T5 and T6 extruded aluminum, and that extrusion is the backbone of everything on this camper. It's what the doors hang on, what the tracks integrate to, what the tent mounts to. Dirtbox designs and engineers everything in-house at their Colorado headquarters. Their sister company is Couch Off-Road Engineering, which is one of the more respected names in expedition vehicle builds. And that DNA definitely shows in how this thing is put together. When you handle the doors and the latches on this thing, you feel the difference immediately. Nothing flexes, nothing rattles, nothing feels like it's going to give out after a season on washboard roads. I do want to be upfront about something, though, that Dirtbox is honest about themselves. This is definitely not the lightest canopy camper on the market. There's much lighter solutions out there that are more minimalist. This is still engineered to fall well below your truck's payload, but it's definitely not trying to be ultra light. It's engineered to be the best built and the longest lasting. So if you want something that's going to take real off-road punishment, hold up through a harsh winter, and still look good doing it 5 years from now, this is definitely the build quality that you're looking for. They also back it up with a 2-year warranty if anything needs servicing, so that's really nice peace of mind too. All right, so that's it for the walk around on this Dirtbox Canopy Camper. Hopefully you found this video helpful if you're looking for something similar for your truck. If you're in the Aspen area or in Western Colorado and you're looking to get one of these installed, currently the lead time is around 3 to 4 weeks. We could get you all situated for summer. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us at whiteriveroverland.com or leave a comment below. We'd be happy to help out. Appreciate you guys watching. We'll see you in the next video.